That's all I can say. God, PUFAs are mainly stored in the body fat, right? I ate shitloads of vegetable oil in my life, but have only about 10% body fat. Do I still have to take for 5 years to get rid of it? I have no idea what your storage levels are, and since you ate it to a certain extent, you probably have some stored stuff. I would still probably take a couple of years just to be on the safe side. Probably at least 3 years at a minimum. If you've got lower fat stores, you're probably going to have turnover of that a bit more rapidly. Most people, it's usually between 5 or 7 years, depending on how much fat stores they have, and also when they're losing fat. I mostly recommend when people are losing fat, like they're basically losing fat weight from their body, that they should basically, when they're doing a cut or stuff like that, that they basically should be using that sort of stuff. It's mainly as a way to be a bit more protective for the mitochondria, because we've already damaged our mitochondria with high deuterium foods. Let's try and protect them and not damage them any further, is my sort of view on that. So that's, and also cardiolipin, which is after complex 4, is very sensitive to, because it actually is made of PUFA. So if you incorporate the wrong sort of stuff, which is oxidized and stuff like that, you actually create problems in the mitochondrial potential. There's sort of the gradient for ATP synthase, and you can drop the energy production. So it's really important to protect the cardiolipin. And so it is an electron donor that actually that does cover both cardiolipin and also bilayer of the cell membranes, and of also those layers of also the mitochondria as well. So yeah, it's more of a, let's say, an insurance policy in a sense, because when you damage mitochondria, it's much harder to rebuild and repair mitochondria. And even if you basically cause biogenesis, it's a cloning. So if it's a damaged mitochondria, you're just cloning another damaged one. So it's still problematic. You really need to try and heal them and repair them and reduce the amount of damage. And so we don't want to add to the damage. That's the only reason why I recommend it. You're not on an ancestral diet. You've just come off a non-ancestral diet to an ancestral diet. It doesn't mean you've basically completely fixed up everything. So, but anyway, that's up to you whether you want to do it or not. I would, at least 3 years minimum. But that's my personal opinion, what I would do. Yes, I value longevity. And if you value longevity, you do the same thing. More important than anything else.